Every month I meet with couples who tell me almost the same thing. Attorney Otto, if I die first, I want everything to go to my spouse. And then when my spouse passes away, I want everything divided equally among all of our children. Well, it sounds simple. It sounds fair, even. It sounds loving. But then I have to tell them something that almost always surprises them, that it isn't automatically going to happen that way. In fact, without the right planning, that may never happen at all. And that's one of the biggest reasons blended families require so much attention when it comes to estate planning. It's one of the biggest reasons that blended families end up in court, or worse, children unintentionally lose the inheritance their parent always intended for them to receive. I'm attorney Yanique Otto with the Otto Law Group, and today I want to explain why that happens and, more importantly, how you can prevent it. Before we go any further, I want every blended family to hear this one sentence. The law does not know who you love. In fact, the law doesn't even care who you love. The law only cares about what you've put in writing. Your heart may have made a decision years ago. If your estate plan doesn't reflect it, the law cannot enforce it. A while back, I met with a wonderful couple in my office. Both of them had been married before. Both had adult children from previous relationships, and they really loved each other deeply. And they thought that they had a very simple plan. They called it a basic plan. If one of us dies, everything goes to the surviving spouse. And then when the surviving spouse passes away, everything gets divided equally among all of our children. Now, honestly, that's actually what most people think. And if that truly happens, everyone wins. The problem is that's a plan based on hope, not a plan based on legal protection. Because once the first spouse passes away, everything may belong to the second spouse, the surviving spouse. And life has a way of changing things. People remarry, families grow apart, children become estranged, relationships change, beneficiary designations get updated, new estate planning documents get signed, or sometimes nothing dramatic happens at all. The surviving spouse simply never gets around to updating their estate plan. So years go by, life moves on, and then when the surviving spouse eventually passes away, the result looks nothing like what the first spouse intended. Not because anyone was trying to be unfair, but because there was never a legal plan in place to protect everyone involved. Now that's why blended families require a different conversation. Not because they're broken, not because they're complicated, but because there are simply more people involved, more people that you love, more people. One of the biggest mistakes I see is parents believing they have to choose between taking care of their spouse and protecting their children. You do not have to choose. A well-designed estate plan can often accomplish both. Your surviving spouse can have security. Your children can still receive the inheritance you intended. Those two goals are not mutually exclusive. In fact, one of my favorite things to tell blended families is this: loving your spouse and protecting your children are not mutually exclusive. Good estate planning allows you to do both. Another issue many people overlook is beneficiary designations. So you may have carefully prepared your will. You may even have a trust. But if your retirement accounts, life insurance policies, or other assets end up passing by beneficiary designation, those designations matter. Sometimes they even matter more than what you put in your will. If they haven't been reviewed in years, they may no longer reflect your actual wishes. The same thing is true with how you own your home. The same thing is true with how your bank accounts are titled. And the same thing is true with assets that pass automatically outside of probate. Everything has to work together. And that's why estate planning isn't just about drafting documents. It's about creating a coordinated approach, a coordinated plan for your needs. Now, here's a question I often ask my clients. If you passed away tonight, not tomorrow, not next year, not 10 years from now, tonight, bring it home. Could your surviving spouse legally change where everything eventually goes? Now, if the answer is yes, I want you to then ask, is that what you actually want? Now, for some families, the answer is absolutely yes. For others, it's not. Neither answer is wrong. What's dangerous is never actually asking yourself the question. I also want to say something that is incredibly important. This is not about a lack of trust. It's not about assuming that your spouse would intentionally leave your children out. Most of the time, that's not what happens. The problem is not bad intentions. The problem is that life changes. People change, circumstances change, and unless your estate plan anticipates these changes, the outcome may not reflect what you wanted. Remember the couple I told you about at the beginning of this video? The good news is that they came in before it was too late, and we were able to create an estate plan that protected the surviving spouse while also protecting the inheritance they wanted for each of their children to receive. Because that's what estate planning is really about. It's not about choosing between the people that you love. It's about making sure the people you love don't have to choose between each other. And my goal with this channel is simple. I want Florida families to have access to clear, practical estate planning information before they ever need it. If that's something you value, I'd love to have you as part of this community. And if you know someone who is remarried or part of a blended family or trying to figure out how to protect both their spouse and their children, please share this video with them. One conversation today could prevent years of confusion, conflict, and heartache later. If you'd like more practical estate planning tips like this one, consider subscribing. Every week I share information designed to help Florida families avoid costly legal mistakes and make informed decisions with confidence. Because the law doesn't know who you love, the law doesn't even care who you love. It only cares what you've put in writing. Until next time, plan wisely, live confidently. I'm Attorney Otto. I'll see you in the next video.